The Frazee School Board held their first two district meetings of the year last month. And from those meetings, it's painfully obvious that this new board is still trying to find itself. The first meeting took 3 hours, the second meeting took 4 hours. And in that time, the district accomplished appointing a new board chair, Steve Jepson, to replace Dana Laney. They also appointed the one lone incumbent re-elected from November, Richard Ziegler, as the vice chair. They then set up a special meeting to talk about the district's expectations. Now, when they held that meeting, there wasn't a lot of talk about expectations. There was a lot of talk about what this new board wants to see changed in the district. They talked a lot about opening up communications and having more communication. Yet the school board decided to get rid of the free televised cable, or the school board meetings broadcast free on cable TV. So how was that helping with communication? Now, they are trying in some other factors. They are putting more information about the individual classes on the website. They're also trying to get some policy changes to make it easier for citizens from the district to come to the board meetings and speak openly. But some have said they don't want to speak openly and they feel threatened because uniformed officers at times attend the school board meetings. Now, at times during the referendum debate, it got pretty hot in some of the school board meetings, and a police officer was probably needed. But some people have said they're afraid to speak because they're afraid the officer will throw them out. Now, why would an officer throw somebody out of a public meeting unless you're swearing, threatening somebody, or acting inappropriate? And if people are afraid to speak because they're afraid to get thrown out, I have to imagine that that's along the lines of the speaking they want to do at the school board. Now, the school board has done a lot of good things. They've been overshadowed by the fight over the operating referendum, which is going to be up in less than a year, and by the teacher contracts, which took so long to get together. But I think this comes down to money and power. And the two sides, well, the three sides, frankly, the teachers, the administration, and the board, need to learn to work together and get along here. Because if they don't, it's the citizens, it's the taxpayers, and it's the students that will suffer. They even went as far as to think that if you want to write a letter to the editor of the local paper, and you're a teacher or an administrator, that letter should be reviewed by the board. Now, how was that open communication? Aren't you entitled to an opinion, even if you work for the school district? Or is the school board saying if you have an opinion, keep it to yourself? That's what we're going to find out as the year moves on, and in the next couple years with this new board. I hope this is just growing pains as the school board is just beginning to get underway, and they have less than 15 years of experience among them running a board. But we'll keep our eyes on this, because at the last school board meeting, it was brought up about grant writing, and a lot of grants have criteria that involve co-oping with other districts. And Superintendent Stender stated that a lot of the districts don't want to work with Frazee. Well, school board member Kenny Fett, newly elected, stated to him, that's a red flag. Well, they need to find that red flag and pull it, or the community at large will lose.